Like all this DEI stuff and like trying to get rid of critical race theory. The funny thing is when people say it's discriminatory or why do we need to learn about Black history? Why can't it just be all of us included? Why do we have to exclude one race? So to anybody that thinks like that, I want you to really think about what you're saying. For instance, growing up as a kid in America, everybody knows you grew up knowing the white inventors first. Thomas Edison, Ben Franklin. Then it goes into the typhoons like Carnegie, Rockefeller. So this is not a race thing, it's just a fact. You naturally just know about all the inventors in America and they're just prominent figures and they just happen to be all white. But then there's figures that changed the course of America, changed the healthcare system, and they were black, and you guys don't know anything about them. But as black people that was in the same classrooms and got taught similar things as you, we all know, you and me, white and black, know about the Ben Franklins, know about the Thomas Edisons, but it's not by coincidence that only one race, black people, knows the person who created blood transfusion, Dr. Charles Drew, as a black man. But from some reason, not a lot of white people know that. And even if you don't even want to go into the medical field or something you think that might be too in deep to know about, we could do some everyday products like the refrigerator. Everybody in America has a fridge. By this man, Frederick Jones. Now you can argue, well, how would I know that? And he wasn't the first one to invent it. I mean, he did make the portable refrigerator, which was separate than the domestic one, but okay. You want to argue that? Okay. How about a childhood favorite that we all grew up on and that every kid across America used? Super Soaker by Lonnie Johnson, created by a black man, African American. And there's hundreds more. Benjamin Banneker, who created the landscape of Washington, D.C. So they didn't create black history, critical race theory, African American history in public schools. They didn't create this for no reason, okay? You're not being left out of the story because you guys are the story. Everything that surrounds us is your guys' story because you control the narrative. And it seems to be that us getting left out is a norm. And for you guys to feel like, hey, we don't get enough recognition is a bit egotistical. Because if you just wake up and see around you, everything consumed is your world. And that's the world that black Americans have to live in and deal with on a day-to-day basis. So when we feel like we get left out of the story,